Alright, what's up, yins guys? I just had to keep retaking this video because when you really know you're right about something, when you judge something, you try to make a video and talk about it, and if you have to keep retaking the video over because you're laughing talking about it, when you're really laughing about it, that means you generally think it's funny when you can't stop almost laughing and can't even talk right and keep enough to retake a video. That's when you know you can generally judge because you generally think it's funny, um, and not think it's normal. I think that's the trouble with this world nowadays too, about society. Everything from when you're in high school and then even people in college that are academically smarter than me engaging in similar behavior. And in workplaces it's a norm. If you're not constantly pursuing to be a pervert and a person that wants to see it normalized, you're considered the gay slur, the word that rhymes with maggot. You're called that. So people are trying to normalize this crap because they don't want to be the only lone pervert, and that's why it's been infecting even people in respectable positions, political positions, and people getting fired from respectable jobs. Now Hollywood too, which has been going on for years, and it's just now been, people been finally doing something about it. But anyway, about this guy here that made my TV news, and this, keep in mind too, isn't the only isolated case. Of course, you probably see so many news stations all over this freaking country, or even the state alone, that people were doing this crap. But uh, this is what's the trouble. What it is with this world. People like this, they're being enabled too, and listening to all that crap. And when you pursue nothing else in life and get caught up in all this crap of what you're looking at on the internet, and even before the internet, taught to have only one goal in life is to, especially when we got cameras now, camera phones and webcams and everything, it opened up a new avenue for these creeps who had an attention span, had only a Playboy and Penthouse attention span. Their only attention span, they only use one part of their brain. The basic needs in their eyes, some dope, your marijuana, and 40-ounce beer next to them on a computer desk and looking for anything they could find. But anyway, this guy made our TV news about this guy. He sets up a laptop in his girlfriend's room. He meets his girlfriend, and I guess he has it connected to another computer at his home, and has it so the webcam is on. And I guess the kid finds it, and I'm pretty sure a little girl, right? And that's some sick shit. And look, so see her changing, and then the kid, whether it's a boy or a girl, changing in there too. I mean, a guy like this, you gotta what amount of time, you got to imagine, like time and energy that can be spent doing something else and doing something to better yourself or acquire something in life, worth acquiring. All this time put into plotting they're plotting from the very beginning. This guy, I'm almost trying to laugh, not to laugh, because it's like all the energy they go to put into this, like planning it from the very beginning. Meet up with this, probably from the time they meet up with this person. How can they see them naked? And they're doing that with a webcam. And I was going to do a video separately, even though it's belated, about the guy in a place called New Brighton, not too far from my town, maybe about 20 miles or 10 miles or so from my town. A guy that was, I think he either worked at the counter at a place called Rosalind Candy Castle, a place that sells and makes candy, and he was putting the camera in the bathroom. But I was going to do a video about that. I kept meaning to do a video about that later, because that guy's another one. I mean, there were so many cases you could look up. I mean, that makes me laugh is the time and the energy they go plotting this, formulating a plan so that they can, with person they meet, that they can have a valuable relationship sitting there or maybe going and spending some time or watching a movie or something, or going out and doing something, or maybe pursuing some other kind of goal in life, putting energy into pursuing something in life, and have this girl support him all the way. He decides to do this crap and get a camera in her room so he can see them naked. This reminds me, okay, any young guys that see, any of these guys ever seen Beavis and Butthead? There was this episode where Beavis and Butthead stumbled into a nudist colony. Of course, it's a cartoon. They don't show any nudity. They show maybe legs or something. And Beavis, it shows Beavis and Butthead standing there, and where they're playing volleyball and all that. Well, Family Guy later on had some kind of thing where family in their neighborhood with nudists, and they invited them to dinner or whatever. But anyway, the Beavis and Butthead thing. So Beavis and Butthead are standing there, like, and then they show a clip of Beavis and Butthead when they're like old people and aging Beavis and Butthead, and some news reporter asking them, what would you say was your biggest accomplishment in life? And they go, we saw naked people. We saw naked people. It's like, so that Beavis and Butthead thing kind of pops into my head because of this, but, and so I did other videos before, I will do other videos later, but I did other videos before that talking about how these people, and this relates, this ain't about myself, you watch these yoga videos, and of course I'm going to look at a guy doing the yoga too, along with the girls, right? Because if you want to do it, you want to see, okay, you admire the girls doing it, right? You want to see, if you're a guy, so you got to look at how the guys pulled it off. You can admire the girls, admire gymnasts, admire women in sports, and it would be a healthy, normal idea. Says, maybe to try to do that too, and maybe beat them at it maybe sometime. And I think we should go back to the older days when the guy tried to impress a girl with something normal, like that. Like showing off there was an aspect of showing off back in the day that was kind of, normal. Now these guys, all they want to do is stare at yoga videos and the comments that I see on there. I need to take some pictures of it and show you guys. And some of us are trying to learn this stuff, and so I'm just have different testing grounds, okay, that I want to see. You want to take something positive that, say, maybe a girl that you can admire and see if you can do that, and then look at the guy, right, see how you want to pull it off. But no, these idiots with a pornography Playboy Penthouse 40-ounce beer and marijuana by their desk attention span, they just want to see everything they can with as little clothing as possible, and so many men with this is intellectual and physical laziness. And then what happens is you become this zombie degenerate that only uses a certain part of your brain, and all the rest of your brain shuts down. And then if you're doing like excessive drinking and drug use, oh no, that's an ambulance. I thought maybe it was a police car. Maybe they're coming after. I thought maybe it was a police car coming after another would-be pervert who's using webcams to try to see their girlfriends naked. But I was just an ambulance. Okay, yeah, that messed me up. But anyway, you guys got the basic idea. This is pretty much a product of degeneracy, laziness, mental laziness, and so on. If you allow too much of that to go inside your psyche, it's like could be another type of zombie apocalypse, right? Pretty readily here. But yeah, what you put into yourself is what you evolve into. I argue with these religious people that think yoga is evil, satanic, you shouldn't do it. And you can argue too much, and some people might be sexualizing it a little bit instead of to. But and then I argue with these atheists slash evolutionists. Yes, yeah, you want to talk about something you evolve in. What you put into yourself is what you evolve into. Um, you're reaping what you sow, and you know what I mean. And if you want to believe in a hell or something like that, and religious, you're sowing what you reap, so to speak, and you're going to be sitting somewhere, maybe not in a burning hell, sitting alone with something you you're going to be sitting maybe alone with yourself in disgusting, spoiled, stinking, rotten place in some other reality. This disgusting sewer that you built for yourself while you were still alive. You know what I mean? And even if you're an atheist, you can argue maybe there's some kind of parallel universe you might go into. And like I myself believed it, like I says before, whether you want to say there was a fall, civilization, or I mean a fall of, like in scriptures, like that fall, we had more physical abilities, we healed quicker before the fall, and lived longer, and uh, we were physically able to do a lot more things. And then when that corruption happens, we got everything from diseases, mental, psychological, physical, and some are athletically and mentally better than others, and so on. But yeah, that's a lot more stuff to get into. But it can be some stuff that whatever you believe in, what you don't believe in, to explore. You know, but if not, you just want to be a degenerate low life, and then instead of seeing the error of your ways somehow, whether you're an atheist or a religious person, if you don't see the error of your ways, you want to be spiteful and then normalize it, and then turn around and maybe think you're getting smarter and get into a more respectable job and get educated so that you can go to college and normalize that crap in colleges, and then get out of college and become in a respectable job somewhere, get in a respectable job, or even politics, and go normalize it, and then think that you pursue some kind of way you can do it and get away with it and be untouchable. That's going to catch up with you eventually too, no matter what you become or who you are too. So that's got to be taken into consideration.